This is a video demonstration for adminPRO FormFiller, and we custom build this according to your specific needs. We made this one for Macenzie Investments, and they use it to complete all the paperwork for financial advisors when they set up new group retirement plans. It's also being used by investment dealers to repaper accounts when an advisor moves from another dealer. If you're a dealer watching this and you don't have a solution for this task, your competitors are using this with great success. We can custom build this for you, and you can put it in the hands of those new advisors the first day they're licensed at your dealership. So I'll click Test Installation, and this tells me that the software is installed properly. I'll click OK, and then I'll click Select a Form. And I'm going to select Macenzie Group RRSP application from this drop-down menu. I'll click OK, and I'll just wait for that form to open. Once that form opens, you'll notice this row of buttons, and if I rest the cursor on the buttons, it will display the function of that button. So I'm going to go ahead and click Highlight Fields. This highlights my fields, and the reason for that is so I can see where one field ends and another field starts. When I rest the cursor on any field, it will show me what the name of that field is. So this is last name 1, first name 1, initial 1, and I'll need that information for my spreadsheet. This field here has a specific choice, so the name of this field is Title 1, and in square brackets it shows me the values that have to be on that spreadsheet in order to populate this field. I'll just go to that spreadsheet now, and I'm going to look at the first row and make sure that all of my column headings line up with the field names on that form. And it has to be exact, and it is case sensitive. So I'll change this to last name 1 so that it matches the form, and I'll change this to first name 1 so that it also matches that form. And once I have this spreadsheet the way I want it, I'll just click File, Save As. I'll activate this drop down menu, and I'll change it from an Excel workbook to Text Tab Delimited, and I'll go ahead and save that. I'm going to go back to the form now. I'll turn off the highlighting. The next button allows me to put a heading at the top right here, and that heading will be the client's name and social insurance number. If I click this button, it turns green, so I know that that feature is on. And the purpose of this feature is if you print out 100 forms and somebody drops that pile of paper, it's hard to put it back together because some of the pages don't necessarily have a client identifier. So this will put the client's name at the top of every form. I can also put at the bottom if I want by activating this footer function. I'm not going to use that now, I'll just turn that off. You'll also notice these locks throughout the form, and none of these buttons will print when I print the forms. So any field that has the potential to have the exact same information on every form will have a lock next to it. For example, if all these forms are in English, I can enter E there for English and lock that field so that every form, when it's produced, will have an E there. Same thing with plan sponsor. I most likely know that information, and it's not going to change from form to form. So I'll enter ABC Corporation and I'll lock that field. Now I'm ready to go. I just have to click Start, and then this window will appear. There's 7 steps in order, 1 through 7. First one is optional, like it says here. This is the file names, and the file names will be called the client's last name, the client's first name, and whatever I type in this field, if anything. I'm going to type GRSP, and that will allow me to uniquely identify these forms, because I might be sending different forms for the same clients into the same folder, so I want to know which are which. Like I might have a KYC form as well, and maybe a transfer form. Step 2 is already defaulted to 2. This is the spreadsheet row number for the first row of data, which is actually row 2, because row 1 is not data, it's the column headings. I'll tab to the next field, and this is the spreadsheet row number for the last row of data. I'm going to enter 11 because I'm going to build forms for the first 10 clients. So rows 2 through 11 is 10 clients. It's a good idea as a test to maybe run 10 before you start running 100, so you can examine them and make sure everything's working properly. Step 3 allows me to print these documents as they're being produced. It's defaulted to no. If I click yes, it'll send them all to the printer in the correct order. I'm going to put this at no because I'm not going to print these now. I can actually edit these forms in front of my client before I print them. Step 5, connect to a database. This will allow me to connect to that database that we saved in a previous step. So I'll click that, and here's my database. It's called client data. I'll just select that, and it shows me here the file path. Just as a double check, make sure I have the right database. Step 6, connect a target. Target is a file that we use to mark the output folder where these files are going to go. I'll go ahead and click that, and you can put the files in the same folder as your database, or you can put them anywhere on your computer. I'm actually going to put them in this folder called output, and there's my target file that I've saved there. All I have to do is click that. So now I see where the files are coming from, or where the information for those files is coming from, and where they're going to go. Just one more step, fill forms. Once I click step 7 here, you'll see the progress bar go across. You'll also see the percentage of where we are in that progress, and you'll see the file names. I'll go ahead and click that, and we'll just wait. Once it's finished, it tells you here that it's finished, and I'll click this button. It'll close the window and close the form. I'm going to go to the output folder now, and we'll just take a look at those files, and here they are. I'm just going to go ahead and open one so we can examine that. So I'll open this PDF, wait for it to open. And here's the heading that we talked about. I can still turn that off if I want, or turn it back on. This is a fillable form. I can edit any field or type whatever I want. You'll notice the plan sponsor and the language were both locked, so those are filled out. You can also overwrite these by adding another column to your spreadsheet. If that information happened to be different, then you wouldn't lock this. You just add another column to your spreadsheet. Also, if you notice, this client was Mr., so it puts a number 1 in this field just so it agrees with the structure of this form. Again, I can type in any of these fields and change information if I need to. It is a fillable form. And the output is about roughly 10 forms per minute. So I can do 100 Group RRSP apps in about 10 minutes. I can do 100 transfer forms, 100 KYCs. And that's all there is to it. That concludes this video presentation, and I thank you for watching.